Dude, I love the hair. I thought it was only for the movies, but
Oh man, that's me in real life. I've been doing this hair for like 15 years, maybe.
suck, dude.
Yeah,
I envy you because I don't have any. That's my English cat, bro.
yeah, that's cool too. I mean, it's a look, you know. They look different hair.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. So did you run the festival when I submitted and got in?
I was one of the judges. So
Okay.
I got to see it film. I was watching it here, and then now I know why I was sweating to shit.
Yeah. Appreciate
Super,
it.
super, super funny. I don't think not left field.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, all right. Real quick, welcome to Film Noobs. I know we took a big break, but now we're back, and I'm glad that we're actually talking to old film, not really old filmmakers, but filmmakers that kind of contributed to our film festival about a couple of years ago when COVID was going on and all this other mess. We had to take a break, but I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to talk to other, people that are still in the filmmaking business, still active, still putting out content, still just being a badass content creators, man. And I really mean that. And I'm really happy. The first person I have back with us is Ryan Harrison. He is director, producer, um, actor, fucking stunt guy. I know you played a couple of ninja roles hidden right there. Um,
Yeah, yeah. That was
all
a lot
around
of.
guy. So introduce yourself, brother.
Thanks. Hey, yeah, I'm Ryan Harrison. I'm yeah, the writer, director, editor, VFX artist of Ninja Badass. Yeah, and that came out it's on Blu-ray now on Amazon and Walmart, you know, you can buy it. Or it's free on Tubi. It's streaming on Tubi. Um but yeah, so that came out last summer of 2022. Shot it in 2015. It was in
Oh, wow,
festivals in like the 2020s and 2021s. And so yeah, finally came out in 2022.
man. Okay, so I didn't know that you had shot in 2025. I mean,
2015.
2015.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the process first, and then we'll go into the movie. Because I really did want to talk a little bit about the movie without giving too much, away. Even though, yes,
Yeah.
it has been a process, but people, I don't want to give it all away because they should see the film if they love. Because a lot of us, and especially the people that I talk to, the people that kind of, the three people that listen to our podcast that've been faithful, and even my movie, they all love cheesy B movies that just they're not meant to be taken serious, but have a great time. And that's what Ninja Badass is. It's just a great time. So let's talk
Thanks.
about your process. You said you shot it 2015. So was it solely written by you or did you collaborate?
Yeah. No, it was solely written by me. So
Okay.
I started writing it probably in like 2007 or something because
Okay.
I was really into ninja movies like Ninja Thunderbolt and Ninja Terminator. I don't know if you've seen any of those, but
No,
they're
none
by
of those.
Godfrey Ho. And he would take like old Hong Kong like crime movies and he'd cut them together with like these New Zealand actors, and they'd be dressed as ninjas, and they'd
Yeah.
redub the Hong Kong movies and then like splice them together to make a ninja movie that they'd release, you know, everywhere. But they were like super cheesy, and they'd be like ninjas. They would yell ninjas in like they would yell ninja in broad daylight and then like run around on a field. So
All right.
there are a lot of references to that in my
Mm.
movie. I love American Ninja. I love Hong Kong action movies and stuff. So yeah, I started writing it in like 2007 ish, and then yeah, I just noodled around with it like forever. Originally, it was supposed to be a lot darker. It was going to be called White Trash Ninja, and it was going to be like a Harmony Korine type, you know, artsy, a lot artsier.
Yeah.
But you know, as time went on, I just like added in stupid stuff. So it just got stupider and stupider to where it's not really that artsy anymore. It's just more stupid, which I'm totally happy with. But yeah, so I grew up in Indiana. So
Uh-huh.
I moved to after college, I moved to Vegas where I worked on a vampire movie doing visual effects. The guy that did the Spheres and Phantasm, you ever see the Phantasm
Yeah.
movies? Yeah, so he worked on like Phantasm 2 through 4, making the spheres. and he worked on other stuff too. I think he did like a hand in Bubba Hotep or something.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I worked on his vampire movie in Vegas for like a year. So that's where I really got into like compositing and stuff and learned from him. And then I moved to LA. I got into movie trailers. And so I just saved up money to make the Ninja movie. And I went back to Indiana in like 2015. Some of the friends that I made in LA, I brought them with me. One of them plays my friend Kano in the movie. The other one shot the movie, Daryl. I met them in an improv class in LA in like 2011 or 12. But yeah, so we shot the movie in 2015 in Indiana, and then we shot more. We didn't shoot the beginning and end. We shot that the next year, which was good because then I feel like the beginning and end are like the better parts of the movie because I had more experience. Like I kind of knew where it should go. Like I rewrote it too before we shot it. But yeah, so then and then I took like 3 years editing and doing the VFX at night, after my day job working on movie trailers in LA. Uh, so that was a slog. And then I tried to get into film festivals and I got rejected for like a year from like every festival. And then eventually I started getting into them. And that's when we got into the first our first screening was right before the pandemic, like a month before the
Yeah.
pandemic. So yeah, I mean, it kind of sucked because I was like so pumped. It's my first movie. And then, like, everything was online and getting canceled and stuff. But the festival run was still cool. We went to Italy. We were shown in a theater in Italy. Um, got into your film festival, got an award, which is really important to me. It's on the poster,
Actually, you
it's
got
on the
like
box.
two or three, I think. You got best comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
No, we have like 20 or something. We have, from your festival. Yeah. Best
yeah.
comedy.
And then
Something
I
else. But
think
yeah,
something else.
it's even on the Blu-ray. Best comedy. Very important to me. It's a good award right next to me.
There you are.
Um,
No shame whatsoever. I noticed that throughout the whole movie. I was like, oh my goodness, you put yourself out there, like put yourself out there. I was like, yep.
yeah. Well, originally I was gonna be naked during the like the hotel scene with the foot.
Uh-huh.
Gonna be naked and then chickened out. Probably for the best.
Well, I mean, you
You
did
know,
fuck a car.
yeah, I did. Yeah. And that's that didn't actually happen. That's on a green screen.
No, yeah.
That was filmed in North Hollywood. So that's like the only thing that's filmed in LA. So like the guy that filmed the movie, Daryl, he's a real sweetheart. Like he's so awesome. And he was a real trooper for everything. But yeah, I had him come over to my apartment and I had a green screen set up and I was like, I'm gonna be naked. And so he would like hit the record button on the camera and then turn around and I would take off my shorts and then like do whatever naked shit I had to do. And then he'd turn back, I'd put the clothes back on, and he'd turn around and like hit the stop record button again.
That's cool.
But, yeah.
Man, all right,
So
so go ahead.
no, I think that was that's the story of Ninja Badass. And so I've been like I wrote like a pilot based on it, which would focus on Haskell and a different pig. It'd be a talking pig. And I don't know. Hopefully someday, there could be more Ninja Badass adventures. It's just really hard to get anyone interested in anything in Hollywood. So I might just have to save up money again and make another Ninja Badass, you know, myself.
Well, I mean, you're in Hollywood, and nothing against them, but it unless you're part of an IP that's proven money, it's I don't know. It seems like
Yeah.
they don't want to deal with any originality, any kind of like that may not make it, or
Um,
just something that's new, you know?
yeah, no, it's very hard to get in anywhere. So like I've been trying to since the movie came out last summer, I was trying to get a writing manager.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's like it seems like it's impossible. Like and the same thing kind of with an acting manager. And I have like acting agents and I've been in stuff since last summer, like on my Instagram, my IMDb. But like I
Yeah.
was in a baby music video with a pretty big part, and I was in an Oliver Tree music video and just random stuff like an Amazon, like a Ring security commercial. just random things. But I'm
Yeah,
trying to like get in that way, hopefully, as like a character actor. And then I can try and do like writing stuff or something. But yeah, it's like you're competing with like celebrities. You know, celebrity children are in writers' rooms and stuff. So you're
yeah.
competing with those people. Like it's just nuts.
Well, I mean, you got you're moving to distribution, so that's a good thing. And a
Yeah.
lot of cats always ask me, and because we got our film in distribution, and it just so happened that we lucked out. For me, it was sheer luck because I had put it on Amazon, and I was pretty much done with it. I had our shelf mine, and all of a sudden, a freaking agent hits me up. He's like, "Dude, I love your cheesy bullshit movie, and I'm starting up my company. Would you mind giving me a chance for 3 years?" I'm like, dude, if you can make money off that shit, fuck it. Here,
Yeah.
three years, I don't care. I had already done
Yeah.
my run. I had done the festival run. I had done Amazon, and I was okay, cool. Everybody that I know that should be buying the movie has already bought it, and I don't know how else because I don't have the marketing power. I don't have the tools to get out there. But then,
Yeah.
like I said, I just lucked out. With you, what was your like in with the distribution? Because like you said, you have it on Tubi. I saw it. You have it on Amazon. You also have it. I think like two other streaming services. I can't remember what it was, but I saw it on Vudu and I think iTunes, if I'm not
Oh yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
because I was
Um,
googling the movie just to make sure I had all my bases covered when I talked to you.
yeah, and so it was just through being at festivals. I had I think a sales agent reached out to me, and I don't know if you don't need a sales agent these days, but I was hoping to get in with like Lionsgate or something, or like some bigger like genre releasing or like Arrow. So that was my hope with like paying the sales agent, but I don't know if it they were nice and everything, but they did give me a distributor. It was at Bayview Entertainment, which they're really nice too. They're really transparent with everything.
Yeah,
Like as far as like how many sales and stuff, which is what I mean. It seems like anyone who has a movie that's distributed, they're always just like fuck distributors. They never give you any money. They're always lying and they're always spending it on other shit. But Bayview, like they don't they're very transparent about it, and they've actually paid me like the first quarter it was available. They paid me money from the movie, not a lot, but some.
yeah,
Yeah, so I got the sales agent just by being at festivals. I think it was like from the Australian festival we were in,
mm-hmm.
and then they went out to different distributors, and we got Bayview, and then I also paid for a publicist um, to get reviews and stuff, and that's where like a lot of the not a ton of the reviews, but yeah, a lot of the reviews. And also got a New York Times review,
Yeah. I
which
saw that.
overall it's negative, but there are a lot of good quotes from it. So I use that and stuff. I feel like that's the biggest thing that I got from the
Bro,
experience, just to have a
New
quote
York
that's
Times, just to
New
get
York
it,
Times.
whether it be positive or negative, it doesn't matter. And this is one thing that we've
Yeah.
always talked about. And I had to kind of be reprogrammed into thinking is like, dude, first of all, somebody saw your film and then they took the time to review the movie and then publicize it out there. And they put you at a caliber that most films are put in to, you know what I mean? They're not just going to review your movie just because you're whatever. So it's like
Right.
you have to think about it that way. You're like, fuck it. Because I was the same way. Because when I first got my first review, they tore me up. And I knew my film
Yeah.
was a red-headed stepchild. I knew that. It wasn't meant to be serious. It wasn't meant to be whatever. It was my first film. It was cheesy. It was low, really low, actually no budget. All our money went to buying beer for the guys to help be there with their low rider cars. But it was one of those things. I'm like, man, dude, I was really down and out about my first review because they're like, oh, this is stupid, this is that. People speaking bilingual, they're stupid. I'm like, wow, dude, I got tore up a new one. I was like, wow. Yeah, but I
Jeez.
was like, dude, after that, I was like, I figured out, or somebody kind of made me see the light that, like, for somebody to take the time to watch a film, emote something out of you emoted something out of them. You know what I mean? Whether it be
Right.
hate,
Yeah.
anger, happiness, or whatever. You're like, fuck, dude, I did my job as a filmmaker. But New York
Yeah.
Times, dude, bro, come on.
Thanks. Yeah. No, that's a really good perspective to have on it. And I haven't had that perspective. So like every bad review, it would just kill me. Like, and I've got, Ninja Bass got a ton of bad reviews.
Yeah.
I only put like good quotes online and shit because there are enough reviews. But I can be like, hey, here's a good one. Solid, good review.
Yeah.
But yeah, people like talk shit about my hair. And like I was saying, like, this is just my hair. Like, it's just me naturally. And so it'd be
Yeah.
like his hair is stupid and like his voice is stupid. And it's like, it's all me. So it's like the movie's just like all me. Like, I wrote it. It's like looking into my head or something. Or at least that's
Wow.
what people think. But yeah, so it hurts. It always hurt really bad. And I think I've gotten over it a bit. Yeah, and I try and have that perspective of just like I'm always thankful when someone just watches a movie or the trailer, period.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's tough uh handling reading something negative about something you spent like, 10 years on and put all your hopes and dreams into also. So like the
Yeah.
New York Times, so also with the distribution thing, I paid for a theater to show it in LA for a week, which I think helped get the reviews and like trigger
Uh-huh.
them and stuff. I feel like that's part of it. But yeah, the New York Times review came out the day that it was showing at the theater here. And I was like, I knew the New York Times review would come out. And I was just like, oh, if it's good, this will change my life. It'll fix all my problems. And then it was just bad. And I was like fuck. So, But yeah, it's a roller coaster, Like I feel like people don't like new filmmakers, like if you haven't made a movie, you don't understand. It's just like the roller coaster doesn't stop. It's just like
No.
constant ups and downs. And it feels like it just gets worse and worse as it goes on.
I mean, you got, and I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm looking at here. You got a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's
But
kind
I'm
of
going to tell
high.
you that I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you though, when you start thinking about it, one, you're on Rotten Tomatoes, bro. As an
Yeah,
indie filmmaker,
no,
you're on Rotten
yeah,
Tomatoes.
yeah,
Two, you have enough ratings to where you actually made the tomato reading. Because I'm on
right.
Rotten Tomatoes and I don't have enough ratings or reviews or whatever to make the
Uh,
tomato rating. So
well,
so think about it positive. I'm trying to help you out, bro. I'm trying
okay,
to
yeah,
help you.
no, I'm fine. No, I'm positive now. Yeah, I'm positive. Thank you for thank you for helping. But yeah, no, it's just it's tough. It's just constant ups and downs. So
Yeah.
you just have to be happy with what you do yourself. And I am happy I'm happy just making Ninja Badass. It's just a bonus if people like it
Yeah.
or respond to it or watch it. It's just yeah.
Well,
But
we liked it. We really liked it. I personally, I'm a big fan, and that's why I had to hit you up. And I was like, well, let me get somebody that I really enjoyed talking to, or not talking to. I really enjoyed watching, so I could talk to them on our way back to bringing the podcast, and kind of reeling our audience back in because this is stuff that we like, stuff that whenever we go to film festivals or whatever, this is kind of like the little gems that I look forward to because anybody can make not to I know I'm going to get crucified for this. Anybody can make a drama, but a comedy that makes you laugh just for the sheer shits of making you laugh without you having to like really think of a joke. You know what I mean?
mm,
It's like it's not those witty like, oh wait, was that a joke about whatever? No, it's just it's funny. You know what I mean? It just tickles your funny bone because it's
thank you.
funny. And that's one of those
Yeah,
things that I enjoy a lot.
thanks.
And again, it and for people to not realize that, and hopefully I get this right, that is not a film that takes itself serious, but it's a film that's seriously put out there to entertain you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I don't know if that was your main state in that once you put it out there.
I mean, kind of like I feel like there are movies made with like they're like winking at you and they're like, hey, this is goofy, this line's gonna be goofy. But for the most part, I feel like Ninja Badass, why I like it is like especially like characters like Haskell,
Mm-hmm.
um they just really believe in like what they're saying. Like they're
Yeah.
I feel like Haskell, I just lucked out with him so much because he could fit into that character and he's not like that in real life. Like he like ran for mayor of a town, I think, before. I don't know. He's
What?
like really calm. He's a chill dude. But he can just like channel it. I mean, the same with like Big Twitty. You know, obviously Big Twitty's not like that in real life. He'd be insane. The bad guy.
Yeah.
Um, but they can act where you know, you're a big character, but you believe in yourself and you have like a goal, and it's not just like, I mean, I guess there's lots of shit in the movie where it's just like goofy to be goofy and just random shit.
Hmm.
But at least from my perspective, when I was doing it, it was like, hopefully you just want that stuff to heighten the goofy shit, just to heighten the character who already has like something that they want. You know, it's a character that believes in themselves and they believe in the world. It's like a world that, you know, you're just trying to make a world that functions in its own weird rules and shit.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, so I don't know, that was kind of my thinking behind it. And you know, originally it started out as more like an artsy movie where like I didn't set out to make um like the Dolomite. I didn't watch it, but like Black Dynamite, I think it
Yeah.
was like a remake of Dolomite or something. Like
Hmm.
I didn't set out to make a like, you know, reimagining of the shitty 80s ninja movies that I made. I mean that were made. um it was more just like my own movie that I wanted to make, but with some of those,
Tropes and little.
yeah, tropes and stupid things going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I did notice that like with Big Twitty and even with Haskell, they were more of bigger than life characters. You know what I mean? They were like you said, they were in the world that you've created for them, but they were bigger than life. They were these like believable characters, but they were so powerful, so like they're there, and you know they're there. You know what I mean? It's like how do you get a character, one of your actors to get in that world or mindset and kind of like not lose it without you like pulling
Oh no.
that gorgeous hair out.
Oh yeah, my gorgeous hair.
Yeah, just
uh
gorgeous hair.
yeah, I don't know, man, it's tough. Like, so the guy that played Big Twitty, I actually interned on a movie in like 2004 or 5. I was an editor on it in Indiana, and he was the villain in that movie.
Hmm.
And it was about like a futon salesman or something. And they shot in like 2002. So I was like, I love this guy. Originally, I wrote Ninja Badass, the original script. It was going to star him as the hero. And then I just knew that I always wanted to use him. And so then when I went back and to do Ninja Badass, I kind of knew what I was getting into. And he's just a very, very confident person in real life. Like, I had him audition for the movie. Um, and like, so a little background about that. Like, when I went back to Indiana, I rented an office in a skyscraper. It was only like a grand, I think, for a month. But you know, it was like on the 40th floor on like the tallest skyscraper in Indianapolis. So then like
Yeah,
everyone was like, oh, holy shit. So then
you
it
big
just made us
production.
seem important. You know, you
Yeah,
want to, you got to fake all that stuff. And you know, I had my marketing trophies and stuff on my desk and like posters from like marketing campaigns I worked on to make me seem important to people. Um, just because you want people to have the respect for you know, what you're doing. But yeah, so even when Big Twitty came in, and I've known him for 10 years now, he just like, you know, he put his like shoes up on the desk, and he's just reading the lines and shit, and it's like he's just amazing. Like, he's an amazing actor, and it's really hard to find people like that or even act like that.
yeah.
um and then yeah, Haskell, he came in. He was wearing an Akira shirt and overalls, so it's like this guy totally understands. Um, and then yeah, I don't know. It's just so hard. Like, I we did do like a couple rehearsals, and I had some references and stuff, and some of the lines. It's like Haskell, like all his lines were already in the script. Like, it's written like that. So I feel like that might have already kind of been a character in my head. Or you know, it was written to be kind of
Yeah.
that style, and he could just really lean into it really hard. But yeah, it's tough casting. I really feel like it's just a lot of luck. You know, I don't really have any pointers. other than other than rent a skyscraper so people feel like you're important.
Then they
And then
show up
just
on set and they're like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, and then yeah, you're in the woods without a bathroom, and there's just like a couple sandwiches for like a 15-hour day or some shit. Nah, but I also paid everyone. I mean, it was a low rate, but it was kind of decent-ish at the time. Like it was
Yeah.
fine. Um, so yeah, I feel like you gotta do that. If you want actors who will care, if you want anyone who's gonna care about anything, you have to pay them, really. Because if you don't, they're just not gonna give a shit.
Well,
Um,
let's talk a little bit about that then, because I know on IMDb it says your budget was 80,000. Was
yeah,
this something that you raised, or you just worked the fuck
yeah,
out of yourself and kind of saved it?
I just saved it. Yeah, I just worked my ass off, you know. And it's, I mean, it worked out for me because I moved to LA. I just lucked out getting, some good jobs like the marketing stuff. But even then, I was doing like a main job that's like 40 to 100 hours a week, plus, like side jobs and stuff. And that's just kind of how I am. I'm just like a workaholic. I don't like having a normal life. I like having just work all the time. So I don't have to worry about having a normal life. But yeah, so I saved up initially it was like about 30, 35 to
Yeah.
shoot the movie and like 10 in credit card bills. And then yeah, and then I just went back to having a normal job and working on the movie at night. And I didn't have to pay an editor. I had a couple assistant editors and I paid them a little bit. But that was only for like a few things. I did the VFX, I acted in the movie, I wrote it, directed it. So I didn't have to pay me. My mom also helped out. She was a big help. So the crew was only like me, my mom, um, these people, friends of mine, Jake and Audrey. They would show up sometimes, and then Daryl. So like it'd be me or my mom doing the boom, or Kano, the other actor that plays my best friend. Um, we would do sound or we would do the bounce, or it'd be a different actor or actress. Like the girl who plays JoJo, she would do the bounce sometimes. Um, or like there'd be an actor as the dragon, or
Yeah.
I would be in the dragon suit. Or I'd be a ninja, like in a lot of the scenes, I'd be a
Yeah.
ninja. Or the guy who plays Kano, he would be a ninja. We're like in almost every ninja in the movie.
Yeah, I
And a
did
lot of the
notice
ninjas
that.
are like, yeah, and a lot of the ninjas are VFX too, in the background. Um, but yeah, I don't know what I was even talking about. I guess the budget. Yeah, so that was the
Yeah.
initial budget, and then like over time, just with like all the music and the stock footage that I used, um, and all that stuff's so cheap now. You can get a sweet aerial shot on Pond 5 of like a city. Probably you can get 10 of them for like $30 a month or something with their
Yeah.
subscription. And those really like add a lot of production value to anything that you make. So yeah, a lot of it is just stock footage, and then the festivals were a big chunk of change. And I paid the sales agent, paid the publicist, paid to show to the theater. But yeah, it was all in the hopes that hopefully, I can like segue into something else. And I guess I have, I got into the baby music, like a lot of the acting stuff I've done has been because of, the stuff in Ninja Badass, I think.
Now, do you think with the distribution, it might eventually? Because I know, again, this is something that I always get asked. With distribution, there's like, oh, you make it. Oh, I got 10 minutes. Okay, they're like
Oh,
with distribution, you're making money. And I'm like, no, I make maybe about $1.50 every quarter to
yeah.
if I get lucky, maybe 10, $20. Um, but do you think going into distribution, aside from getting you out there, will it ever like unless you have that big marketing budget, whatever, would that even offset that or I mean, do you think
No,
it's
no.
worth
I,
it?
I, I think it's just I probably I blew too much money on the movie. Like I've seen other stuff. God, there's this guy, Bad Girls. You see the movie Bad Girls? It came
No.
out like last year. It was at a lot of festivals. But like that guy made his movie for like I think 15 grand or like 30 grand. It looked great. I mean, you just have to use your own talents to kind of leverage yourself, to leverage your movie and stuff and keep your budgets low. And then maybe you could like even out and make money or like end up flat. But I feel like almost any movie these days, it's not going to make money no matter what. You have to get someone, you have to get money up front, you know? So like with Ninja Badass, I could like do a Kickstarter for a new movie or something, and I could probably get enough money from the Kickstarter to make it. Um, and then I wouldn't be out 80 grand or 40 grand or however
Yeah.
much. But yeah, I think your first movie or anything, it's just it's like a lost leader or whatever. You know, you just have to hope that the next thing will offset it, and you do it for the thrill of it too. You know, it's for the fun of making something.
I mean, I'm with you because, like I said, my first film, I was like, dude, I didn't know. One, I had gone through film school and I kind of knew what was expected, but when you get on
Yeah.
set, the human factor takes over, and everything that you know shouldn't go wrong goes wrong, and you're like, fuck,
Oh yeah.
dude, your
Everything takes
scheduling
so
is,
long
yeah,
too. Everything takes long.
it just
Yeah.
everything that you shouldn't do wrong, and you know you shouldn't do wrong, we did wrong twice over.
Oh, no, no shit.
And
I'm
so yeah,
sorry to hear that.
between
Yeah.
people not being there on time, people canceling, people not knowing their lines and showing up or whatever, and yeah, food not
Yeah.
being correct, it just, yeah, everything went wrong. And I was like, okay, cool, I learned from it, and I love it because it's out there. And like you said, it's
And
one of those like,
in any budget level, like stuff always goes wrong and you're
mm,
always running out of money and you're always running out of time. Like it doesn't matter what level the production is. Cause like when I do background on really big stuff, it's like the same thing. It'll be like a 15-hour day or something. And they'll be telling the star will be like, we gotta do another take. The song was wrong. We gotta do it again. And like they're like, no, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. You know, there's 1,000 extras here, and we can't do another hour because we'll have to pay like 60 grand or something.
wow.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah, I kind of take comfort in that like any production level, they're always like, you know, imagine having to deal with that. You finally
Yep.
have this big ass or like the Batgirl people, you know, like that movie didn't even come out at all.
Yeah, dude, they were
I
almost
look at
finished
that
with that
stuff to make
sucker.
me feel better. Huh?
Yeah, it's like they're almost finished, or they were finished with it, wasn't it? They were finished
Yeah.
and they were doing post
Yeah, they shot
production.
it. They're just yeah, yeah, they're just doing post. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
So that
dude,
stuff
could you
makes me feel
imagine that?
better. Yeah, yeah. I look at the bad headlines, the bad news from other people make me feel better.
Make you
Yeah,
feel
it's just really hard, you know. I feel like now if I were doing it, I'd try and just do like TikTok videos or like YouTube videos rather
what?
than make movies, you know, just to make money or like just make stuff, you know, because features are tough.
No, but I mean, like you said yourself, you have the platform already out there, which is Ninja Badass. You have it out there. Why
Yeah.
not use it? I mean, you've learned from it, and you apparently it's already clicked in your head that you could use that platform already. That's there to kind of continue launching yourself or continue making another Ninja Badass. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
kind of expand on that world and be like, hey, you know what? If I can't make a feature, I'm going to make my own feature and continue with my IP that's already proven, that already has distribution, already has a rating. Already have reviews. You know, it does. I already know what to shoot because it's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
not?
So I don't know why not. I don't know. I feel like well, I'm just trying to get in like I'm just trying to get in the system here, you know. I'm in
Yeah,
LA, you know, I'm trying to I just wanted to get in like a writer's room, just any writer's room, just to become a better writer, you know. Like I just love doing every part of all of it. Like I loved working in movie trailers for, you know, a decade or whatever. I just love it.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I just wanted to become a better writer. So then yeah, when I write my own stuff, it'd be even better. Um, and I was really hoping I could just get someone to like chip in or help me out or something just to get like a bigger movie going, because it's like even if you attach names and stuff to your movies, you can't get like a minimum guarantee or anything anymore, at least from what I've
Yeah.
heard, or at least the people that I know. um so it's all just like a big process, like trying to meet people that know how to do things movie wise to get money or something. I feel like maybe I have to go to one of the programmers in LA at a festival we were at. I just saw her a month ago, and she was going to like Berlinale or whatever, like go to film markets and talk to sales agents and like get money that way. No, I don't know. I guess what I really hope is that with the acting stuff, I get cast in something like a Disney Channel show or something as a wacky uncle, and then
Yeah.
I could do that for like a year or two, and then I'll have the cachet of like I can make a Ninja Badass or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I could just become my own star that then I get money from it somehow. Whatever.
You
I
become the
don't know.
name.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's what I'm trying right now is just the acting stuff. Um, and yeah, because acting's really fun. I love it. It's just a slog. Like I don't know if you've ever tried any of the acting stuff, but like with auditions, it's
Once.
just self tapes now. So like if I get like 5 auditions a week, that's like each self tape that's like 1 to 4 hours of work to do a fucking
Yeah.
self tape audition. Um, so it's just me bitching about that. But then if you get in that Disney Channel show as a wacky uncle,
Okay.
it's
It
all
all
worth
paid.
it.
It's all over.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
could see you as a wacky uncle.
Thanks. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. It's the
See
hair.
if anyone else can. Yeah,
It
yeah.
all comes
Thanks.
back to the hair. That's
Yeah,
that's what Ninja Badass 2 should be about. The hair. The return of the hair.
yeah. There might have. Yeah, I don't know. The general idea is that Rex has saved hot babes, and a lot of them have gotten pregnant, and then they're all coming after him for child support. But he's rich. He has like a Lamborghini and shit. And then there's some bad people, and he and Haskell. It'd be more like me, Rex and Haskell going on an adventure, I think. But it'd be fucking sick. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I would watch it. I would hope that it would cross my
Thanks.
path and I'd be like, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I definitely submitted to River City Film Festival.
Hey, let me know, man. I'll get you a free pass. Just so we can watch it.
Are you guys gonna do an in-person festival again
We're
at some point?
trying this year. Yeah, we actually are trying this year because yeah, our last year we just so happened that we were still in COVID and we didn't get the notice from the city of San Antonio that everything was canceled to the last minute. And we're like,
Uh,
oh, dude, come on, we can't have anything. They're like, nope. Oh, hey, you know what? Let me give you. Hold on, let me take a break. And I'm gonna shoot you another link so we can finish talking and then we'll close out the interview. If that's okay with you?
okay, cool.
All
Cool.
right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. All right.
All right,
See you.
all right.
Bye.
Okay, so we're back.
Hold up.
Oh, so we're talking about the festival. Yes. We are planning go back in person. We and like I said, the biggest reason why we had to stop was because we had gotten shut down by City of San Antonio. And that was for everybody. And they put
Yeah.
it out that the last minute that no, because of COVID guidelines, yada yada, this and that. And then the following year we did straight online. And then after that, I had to kind of take a break because I started school for my PhD. But now I'm like, okay, you know what? I miss being with people. I miss talking to filmmakers. I miss the filmmaker process. So that's
Yeah.
the only reason why I'm like, nope, nope, nope. I got to push myself and just, like you said, work myself to death, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah. 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 It's just what you gotta do. There's just not enough time in the day to
No.
you know,
Now,
play all the video games you want to play. And
any future projects for yourself,
yeah,
like current projects?
I got lots of I mean, I have lots of scripts. I got all kinds of scripts. My next movie that I did want to do, so I did okay, so yeah, I remember now. I didn't want to just keep doing Ninja Badass because I didn't want that to be my own thing. I
No.
mean, the only thing that I do. So I did have a bodybuilding script, the feature that I wanted to do. but like I can't get anyone to give a shit about anything. So, that might be something where I just need to make my own like 800 grand or something and make it myself somehow. So yeah, hopefully I'll win the lotto. So there's that, and then yeah, just the Ninja Bat, and I have like a Power Rangers spoof show I wrote a pilot for that I really like. It's like Reno 911, but with Power Rangers kind of.
That would be
Um,
funny as hell.
thanks. It is. It is. It got like six in the top 16 in a stage 32 comedy pilot uh contest. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just doing the acting stuff. You can see me in Murder in the Heartland. The next two episodes coming out. I think I'll be
Really
in those reenactments.
nice.
Um, like I'm in some indie features. Uh, they'll come out at some point, and yeah, like the music videos. But yeah, I put that stuff on my Instagram. My Instagram is the Ninja Badass
The
for
Ninja
anyone
Badass.
listening. The Ninja Badass. Um, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I feel like the next thing that I really want to make is a short, but like a high end short. So I'm trying to get more into 3D VFX, like with
Hmm.
Blender. Like I love Blender,
Yeah.
and you can see some of that in my movie, like with the Mustang. I feel like the latest version of the movie, it's different than the one that I submitted to River City, probably because I
It
redid a
was.
lot of effects. Yeah, like the pet store explosion and the Mustang driving away and the Mustang exploding.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
Mustang
added
exploding was
out.
different because this time
Yeah,
you actually see the parts of the Mustang and everything blowing up, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this wasn't wait." And I had to look at it twice. I'm
right,
like, and I can't go back and look at the original
right.
submission, but I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
remember the
No, it's different.
Mustang
Yeah.
blowing up. But yeah,
Yeah, and some of the shots of the Ninja van driving around, that's in 3D too. Um, so
what about
yeah,
the
like
the Mustang peeling into the road?
yeah, yeah, that one with the drone shot.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And then the Ninja van driving past the car on the
the
on like
highway.
on the farms. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's 3D. Um and then Haskell flipping around, that's a 3D model of Haskell. They animated. But yeah, so that probably the next thing. So I'll submit it to River City definitely.
All
So
right. We'll be
I'll let
looking
you
forward
know.
to it, man.
Yeah.
So for
Uh,
everybody listening, um, we know we could pick up your film on Amazon. You could either rent it or buy it. You
yeah.
could there you go on Blu-ray. I'm gonna have to order mine because and then have it send it to you so you could sign it for me. You could watch it on Tubi, on Vudu, I think on iTunes. You could where else can you find you? You said Instagram
Uh,
is your
yeah, the Ninja Badass is my Instagram.
mhm.
That's the main social media thing that I use now. Like I have a
Okay.
Facebook, I don't really use it. But yeah, the Ninja Badass. The
Is that
website's
everything?
ninjabadassmovie.com, but
There you go.
if you want to look at some of the good reviews and the old news about the movie and the trailer, yeah, check that out.
Cool. But yeah, like I said, Ryan, I do appreciate you being on here, man. And I had to like get one of the films that I remember a lot to be one of our first films back, 2023 when we relaunched Film Noobs. And mainly because I enjoyed it. And I'm gonna personally say I enjoyed it. So I know I voted for it really high. And I was really glad when everybody agreed that it was cheesy enough and goofy enough and funny enough to be like best comedy in the festival. And I don't
Yeah.
remember what else did you get. Hold on, let me look at what else did you get? Because like I said, I wasn't really in charge. Charge. Oh,
Yeah, and well, it probably says on my website actually.
I'm
But yeah,
on the
thanks for having
IMDb.
me on. Huh?
I'm on IMDb. Oh, best sound design. Oh yeah, I want to talk to you about sound
Okay.
design. Because that was one of the things that stuck out in my mind, and I totally forgot about it till I just saw it right now. When I looked at your film, I noticed that the sound design, and I don't know if this was on purpose or if this was something that you had particularly um in mind. And I know we were supposed to end the interview, but I just got
No,
it
it's
real
fine.
quick.
Yeah.
As far as sound design, it has a lot of qualities going kind of almost referring back to the old kung fu movies that were super dubbed, where it was just slightly out of sync. you knew it was almost like post-production, really high. You could clearly hear it, so you kind of knew it was like, clearly redubbed or something. Was that something that accidentally happened, or was it like done it intentionally in post, or
I don't know. Some of it might be unintentional, just
uh
unintentional, period. But yeah, like I guess like some of the screams and stuff, like is that what we're talking about? Like the
no, no, no,
yelling and
just the whole sound of the film.
oh yeah.
When you look at
I
sound is my thing. I'm a big sound guy. When I
yeah.
look at films in that come through for us for the film festival, a lot of them I know when they've done camera work or in camera sound. Some of them are
Mm,
post sound where they did ADR, and I know when they've used boom. With yours, I know you use boom, but it was too clear. You know what I mean? Because
oh,
there's
yeah.
certain things when you do ADR that doesn't quite sound like you're in the space that you're supposed to be in. But with yours, it was like, okay, it kind of makes you feel like you're back in those watching those 80s, 90s, crazy kung fu movies. And I was like, is this intentional? Is he really going that far to where it's like you're enjoying the sound and it's captivating you, it's putting you in the film, it's making you think this is intentional 90s spoof kung fu movie done new. Just say yes. Yeah. Just
Yeah, no, well, yeah, I don't know. I feel like some of it might just be because I mixed it poorly because I was kind of doing the final mix like on my own computer. But yeah, no, I think I just keep adding shit. I just don't let anything sit on its own. And that's like with the script, like I would just look at it every night and change random shit everywhere, which is kind of good and bad. But I do the same thing with an edit or, VFX or movie trailers that I'm working on or anything. After you're done with it, you just keep adding shit to it and like adding layers and layers and layers. And like, the pig walking around, like there wasn't ever supposed to be a pig in that scene, like anywhere, or the chicken or
yeah.
cows in the background. That's just kind of shit that came to me over time. And so I feel like that's how it is the same with sound design and stuff. I'll just keep adding shit and I just can't leave it alone. So like, I'm not happy with just one scream. I need like three screams. I need reverb
Yeah.
on the screen. And
Yeah.
I need another shot of more screaming. It's kind of like Wild at Heart, the David Lynch movie, when
Yeah.
like I watched the behind the scenes thing, and it's like when Nicolas Cage is singing Elvis, and like all the girls are going, ah, ah. And like David Lynch had like a button, and he would just keep pressing like the girl scream button because he liked it so much. That's pretty much me. But yeah, and I just like sound. I'm a big movie fan, so I just like unique sounds and stuff. And then working with the movie trailers, like you become really into different sound design and weird sounds.
Well, like I said,
So
I really enjoyed the sound
I feel like
design
it was
of the
unintentional.
film because it was done very well. And I see a lot of films and I hear, and most of the time I'll vote. I'm one of the judges that like I'm very critical when it comes to sound design. And I'm quick to like give you a three if I hear like when you do an edit and I hear a click, and I'm like, that messes up. Click, click, three. And I'm
Yeah.
like, sometimes I have to reel back and be like, this is independent guys. But I'm like, it doesn't take much to do sound design because
Yeah,
it
you just
does
put a
it.
crossfade on the end or the
Yeah.
beginning.
And it's like
Is
it,
and nowadays, yeah, there really is like not there's really no excuse. Everyone's editing, everyone's doing all kinds of shit. You look at Instagram reels or like TikTok. And like I was looking at an Instagram reel and it was like a kid and he had like a fake head. He's like knocking off the fake head. His real head appears where the fake head is. And it's like kids are doing that these days. Like if I had that kind of technology 30 years ago or something, I'd be
yeah.
insane. But yeah, no, it's and whenever I'm working on something, I feel like some of that comes from the movie trailer stuff because you just obsess over like a 15-second spot, like it has to, like for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or something,
Yeah.
and you're beefing it up with you just keep adding sound design and deleting shit, put in music, change the music. So the same thing with Ninja Badass. I obsess about the music, and I'm super into music, and editing to the music. Um, so that's I feel like that's why the quality we'll call it quality. The quality stays consistent throughout, whatever
The
that
music,
quality.
the music was good. I liked the music. It didn't again. It was
Thing.
very within the genre of that type of
Yeah,
film. I guess that's the
yeah,
correct term for me to use within the genre of the film or the
yeah.
type of film. I felt that I was never taken out of it due
Right.
to sound
Even though
quality or music or VFX
it,
or SFX.
yeah, and it goes between like romantic saxophone and death metal and stereotypical ninja music and country music. And so
Yeah,
yeah,
the
I'm
country music was the one like was it Haskell? Haskell?
yeah.
When he's doing his montage in the beginning, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a ninja," and then he starts walking off.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that song. So that song was made by the guy that did the Tiger King songs. If
Really?
anyone remembers Tiger King.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, the I saw a tiger and a tiger saw a man. Like the Joe Exotic didn't actually sing that. It was he paid some dude to do the music. So God, I can't remember that guy's name. I feel really bad. Um but yeah, so that guy, that composer, he reached out to me when I was originally shooting the movie in like 2015 to see if I needed anything. And he lives in like Washington or something. And he emailed me because he saw the Craigslist ad for casting on the Indianapolis Craigslist. And I was like, no, but I like this stuff. And then years later, I put up a listing for it from LA looking for a country music song, custom country music song, and replied to it. And then he did the song, and it was fucking awesome. And then I like tried to give him notes too, where I'm like, hey, can you just get a little more slide steel guitar and reverb this? He's like, oh yeah, I know a blind woman that can do slide steel guitar. And then like but they sent me the next cut of the song and it sounded like exactly the same almost. I was like, okay, this is fine. It's I don't need to I'm getting out of my realm here trying to fuck around with change the music. And then like 2 years later, he emailed me about like Tiger King and stuff. And, like he was the Tiger King guy. I'm like, wow, okay, that's cool. Because yeah, so it's a really weird coincidence with all that. But yeah. So I don't know. That's a custom song for the movie, and it's a full length song too. It's on the Blu-ray. I put the whole thing on the Blu-ray. It's like a little music video type thing.
Nice. I'm definitely gonna
Yeah.
have to order the Blu-ray now. Last question. A lot of the stuff you did, especially with some of the things you say and how you say them, they kind of borderline pushing some stereotypical kind of language and verbiage and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand it's within the movie.
Yeah.
Were you, especially nowadays with everything going on and with how everybody's like, Twitter this and oh, I'm going to cancel you because of whatever. Did you ever fear the fact that maybe because of the way you said certain things or you portrayed certain characters that it might come back to you, especially because you are a white male, you
Yeah.
know, director?
No, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I'm terrified. Yeah. Of course I am. No, I mean, hopefully, I feel like, I mean, I would do it differently now,
Why?
a bit. But even parts of it, like, I don't know, it's all, I feel like it's fine. I feel like it's not that offensive, really. And I didn't mean for it to be offensive. Um, like any of the Asian culture stuff, I'm just into Asian culture.
Yeah,
So it's from the perspective of a God, what's the term when like a white guy likes Japanese stuff? Otaku,
yeah.
like otaku type. No, I took Japanese classes in college. Like I played video games my whole life. Like I'm really into just cool Asian stuff. So I mean it's tough because like the movie, it's like I feel like it's meaner towards people that would be like hillbillies or rednecks, possibly. But that's like kind of the culture that like I I'm from Indiana, so I
Yeah.
feel like I can make fun of that, or maybe not. I don't know. Um,
Oh,
but I don't know. It's probably not a perfect, like, it's not. It's tough with, like, the Twitter and the woke stuff. You could just, like, you could tear anything apart. Is the other
yeah.
thing. So it just gets really tough. If you watch like Seinfeld or The Office or something, like, I love those shows. But yeah, there's problematic elements in all of it, or anything, period. But I mean, I tried to do it from a place of like sincerity in a way.
Yeah.
Like, even with Haskell, and I don't know, like, maybe like the pilot that I wrote, like, which would star Haskell, was like trying to make up for it, but like, I feel like, at least in my head, they're like characters that like care about things and like have hopes and dreams and stuff.
Mhm.
They're just a little wayward, or God, what's the word? Incompetent,
My goodness.
misplaced. They're just doing it their own way, which I
Yeah.
don't know if that's offensive or not. Like, someone just doing things their own way.
I don't know. I
If
guess
like a
some
hillbilly
people
wants to
do.
be, if a hillbilly wants to be a ninja sensei, you know, I could have put in a lot more offensive stuff, I think.
Yeah. I think you could. I think you could
But
have really taken it overboard, but where
I
it
mean, I
was.
wouldn't do it because, like, I'm not that person. And I would prefer things to just be like a happy world where, like, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. But yeah, no, I'm always worried about that. So watch Ninja Badass before I take it off of everything. Take it off the internet.
Yeah, or you get canceled. Oh man.
Yeah, watch it before I get canceled. Which, I don't know. Then I'll just make, like, I'll go on to Fox News and get money to make a ninja movie that way.
There
You
you go.
know,
That's the way to go. That get canceled so you
Donald
can make
Trump.
badass too.
Yeah, Donald Trump can be a guest star in the movie. Now I'll get some funding, whatever. I don't know. But yeah,
Oh man.
I mean, I'm as liberal pretty much as it gets. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, hopefully no one. See, so that's why you don't want too much publicity. You want a little bit of publicity, but not too much.
Then you're held up to a different different
Yeah,
bar
yeah,
there.
yeah. And hopefully people would stop you from doing stupid things.
No,
But
they're gonna instigate you to do it.
oh yeah, possibly. But you're just tweeting all night long at that point, hooked on the Twitter.
Oh man. But again, bro, I've gone over my time. Yeah, I have. But I do appreciate you,
Well,
dude. I really appreciate you taking time out,
thanks.
being
Yeah, thanks for
patient
having me.
and coming, like even what 2 years, 3 years after we kind of promised y'all we would bring y'all on. So I do appreciate that, and I appreciate the patience. But again, it was a really awesome film. I enjoyed it. I couldn't stop laughing when I watched it again today earlier before I wanted to rewatch it just so I could have it fresh in my head. And yeah, you're right. It has evolved to where you're like, nice, and I like where it's at. And I always want more because again, I think independent filmmakers come up with such unique IPs that Hollywood should stop and be like, you know what, let's go this route and take a chance. Because for a lesser budget, we could make 50, 60 times more if we just give these guys a chance, as opposed to losing 10, 20 billion thousand what we would have spent on a film of equal or even lesser quality. Because sometimes Hollywood puts out some really shitty stuff for millions of
Yeah,
dollars. And I'm like, dude, how did you let that happen? You have editors who get paid ridiculous amount of money. You have scripties who watch shit. You have people standing around not doing anything, looking at your set. You have set decorators. You have
yeah.
it's frustrating.
But that just shows how hard it is to make something, Like, you watch a big blockbuster movie and there's like script problems, and it's like, you guys spent 800 million on this movie and it's still
Yeah.
like this. So yeah, that's more of the stuff that gives me, that lets me be not as hard on myself about everything being perfect.
Oh man. But
They
again, brother,
know how hard it is, you know.
yeah.
So much.
We keep we keep talking. I gotta stop because I know we could talk shop all day long. And my viewers, my listeners only have like a small 30-second attention span, so we got to keep it short for them.
Okay,
All three of
cool.
them. Again, I do appreciate you. On our podcast, I'll pretty much put the links of everywhere we could find you. If you ever come up with another feature film or Ninja Badass 2, please let me know. We'll gladly have you on the film festival. Have you back here on the podcast. If you have any other big projects, let us know, man. We're excited to have you back, please. And
Awesome.
again, thank you for everything, brother. Any
Yeah,
last
thank you.
comments, concerns?
No, just yeah, thanks for having me in the festival. Hopefully everyone that checks out your podcast submits to the festival. Um, but yeah, I'd love to come to an actual festival when you guys have them again someday, you know. But yeah, just thanks again. You know, the best comedy award means a lot to me.
Shameless plug.
Immortalized.
Shameless plug. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, thanks so much. It was great meeting you.
Awesome. And again, for those out you listening, again, we're talking to Ryan Harrison, director of Ninja Badass. You can find it on Blu-ray, DVD, Amazon, Vudu, Tubi. Google him. When you see the film, hit the like, leave a positive review if you can, or even a bad review. Just leave a review. Let him know you saw it, man. Let him know you appreciated the awesomeness of that he worked hard on. And again, thank you guys for listening to Film Noobs. Till next time, Ryan, thank you again. And that's it. That's it for the podcast. See you again, guys, later. Bye.
Thanks.
All right.